SHOT Show 2015 at the KWA booth. KWA, aren't they Airsoft? Aren't they the real guns? Scout, why would you be checking out KWA? Well, I think there's some good reasons to check out KWA Airsoft, and Jim is going to talk about it. How's it going, Jim?
Hey, not too bad, thanks. Thanks for coming by the booth. Really appreciate you guys being here. Talk about Airsoft. Why are we here at SHOT Show? And we just have what you guys might call toy guns. It's a lot more than that. They're great training systems. A lot more law enforcement and military are actually using Airsoft now as a training system. So it's a non-lethal alternative, to training. It's cost-effective and it's a lot safer. You don't have to drive to the range. You can practice this in your home safely and effectively. What we try to do in all of our training systems is what we are looking for is the weight, feel, and function in our systems as the real gun itself. So if whatever function the real gun has, if it has decocking, if it has anything that's going along with that, we do the same thing. So our magazines will lock back when the rounds are empty, when the magazine is spent, just like you would. So you're not doing anything differently in your training than you are in your real life or with your duty weapon.
Making it as similar as you possibly can.
Absolutely. Also, all of our items are one-to-one scale, so it's going to fit the same holsters that are out there on the market for your real gun. So nothing will have to change when you transition from your real gun to your training weapon, which is going to be a KWA.
Awesome. So some of you guys out there who already are into Airsoft have probably heard of KWA. And right now we're going to go through some of the new products and then talk about some of the top sellers. So what's new for 2015?
New for 2015, we're introducing the KeyMod series. So that's the KeyMod rails. This is our version of the KeyMod rail. And what we have is 5 different lengths here. What you're looking at now is the KR14. Now the KR14, it's a 20-inch barrel. We have a 14-inch KeyMod rail system with a crane stock. Now, on our KeyMods, we actually have 3 different platforms in our lineup of rifles. And that's going to be our AEG, which is an automatic electric gun. We have our ERG, which is an electric recoil gun, and I'll explain that to you in a second. And we have our LM4, which is our gas blowback rifles. And our KeyMods, what we're going to do is we're going to put some of these out in each of those categories. So the level of realism changes from your automatic electric gun to your ERG, which is an electric recoil gun, and then the most realistic is going to be your gas blowback rifle. And I can show you some of the internals of that and why it looks and feels more similar to your real firearm.
Very nice. So the KeyMod, as you mentioned, comes in a bunch of different lengths, kind of depending on what you prefer as the user. And that'll be all compatible with any KeyMod accessories out there, I suppose.
Yeah, that's the great thing. KeyMod's getting more popular, and as it has risen to popularity, more people are putting more of those accessories out. So we're seeing a lot more accessories pop up now. Still hard to find some of them, as I learned as I was shopping for some this week as we got here to Vegas. So, all of our stuff is going to fit most of the stuff that's out there right now as far as the KeyMod accessories. It keeps it lighter. You have less bulk on your rail, and KeyMod's a good way to go for that.
Excellent. What are some of the more popular guns and some of the best sellers?
Well, this is in our AEG line. So these are all electric, and the way electric guns work in Airsoft is there's an actual gearbox mechanism inside the lower receiver. So the gearbox has the gears, there's a motor inside the pistol grip. So you'll see the pistol grips on these are a little bit thicker. That's an adjustment on the motor for the height. And what this does, it's an electronic switch on the inside that'll rotate the motor into the gears, pulling a piston back with a spring, and then shooting the air out. So that's how the electric guns work. This is the SR10. KM4 SR10 is, I would say, our most popular rifle in our line of automatic electric guns.
Okay. What's the MSRP on that?
MSRP is around $350.
Not a toy gun, guys. Not a toy.
not a toy, and it's not. You know, we definitely tell people always wear the proper eye protection. Transport this the way you would a real gun. You need to have it in a gun bag. We don't want these out and about. We want your kids running around with these. These are serious things, and they can hurt somebody.
They can hurt somebody, and there's also the fact that just from a cost perspective, this is not something you're going to run to Walmart and buy. It's a lot better quality.
It is. You know, like I said, again, we make everything the same weight, feel, and function. So with that, it's not going to come apart on you right away either. I mean, you know, we do training exercises with them. We throw them. We throw them up on the wall. We climb over the wall. It's going to take a beating. So, and it's designed so that people who are using that in the real world scenario can use it without feeling it's going to fall apart.
And we've got this gun in a number of different configurations, different barrel lengths, rail lengths, and so forth.
And we're also introducing some new colors, so we're going to do the flat dark earth later this year as well. Now this one is actually our entry. Yeah, this is our entry level gun. This one actually has a polymer lower receiver.
Oh, neat.
So the rest of this is metal would be. There's a full metal upper receiver, outer barrel. So this is just a mock-up right now. It's a prototype. Color may change. So yeah, it's a little bit lighter than a regular flat dark earth, but we're looking to get that color down on that and just show people that that's going to come out. Range on this one's about $189.
$189 for that?
$189.
It's pretty affordable. By way of a good quality airsoft, and that's again, these are all the weight equivalent is pretty close to something you might have for your AR-15, especially all kitted out and ready to go.
Now earlier I was talking about the ERG, which is our electric recoil gun, and I can show you that one over there.
Let's have a look.
There's going to be a couple different options in the electric recoil guns. One's going to be an AK, so I have AK-74s in the M and the SU, and also in our M4 line as well. So on these, it's still an electric gun like we just showed you a second ago. However, the difference is we have what we call our KFS system, which is a kinetic feedback system. There is a piston system in the buffer tube on this gun that when I fire the rifle, it actually feeds back and gives me felt recoil. So in an electric gun. So it coincides with that spring that I was telling you about and actually gives me a kickback to have that felt recoil.
Sure.
These will be wired to the rear. So you can see the wiring here. And that's where you're going to connect your battery up into the back of the crane stock.
I see. I love the look of some of these AKs too.
We will come out, like I said, with some key mods in the electric recoil guns, as well as the AKs and our standard AR.
Very nice. There's a whole lot of other things we could talk about. Here at the KWA booth, they've got a lot of really nice pistols.
We're just hiking and whatever.
They feel just like the real ones in hand. They've got the blowback, they've got the safeties. You guys really do a lot of work to make sure these things feel like the actual gun.
Yeah, we do. We put in the work. I mean, we try to make these as close as we can, and so that it translates back to the real gun.
So it could be a real feasible training tool.
Absolutely.
I love it. I want to try some of these out. That's awesome. I'm here at the KWA booth, SHOT Show 2015. Thanks for watching.